Hey there, and welcome to my channel, The Paper Bag Investor. In today's video, I want to look at this company BlackBerry and ask the question, would I buy BlackBerry stock tomorrow or this week? I actually got a few comments on my page in the last week or two asking me to look into BlackBerry and asking my thoughts on it. So let's get into it. Before I go any further, though, I want to make clear I'm not an expert in this stock. I know the history of the company and the basic recent news, and I've spent time in the last few days researching the company. But I'll give you my thoughts and perspective from this vantage point. I'm sure there's people that would have deeper thoughts and perspectives on this company. But stick around to the end of the video to see if I would buy BlackBerry tomorrow or today or this week. All right, BlackBerry. We all remember the phones from back in the day. Would I buy is the question for today. So what does BlackBerry even do these days? If you search for BlackBerry, you actually see they say security software and services. Security software and services is really what they're focused in on now. And let's actually briefly look at their website. I'm going to bring that up here. Here is their website. It's actually kind of overwhelming. If you're looking at their products page, there's all kinds of different possible segments or areas, and then all kinds of different possible products within those areas for different segments. So it's actually quite overwhelming when you're looking at the products and solutions and services. I don't know what the difference between a solution and a service is, but they offer this security software and security software services. Let's look at the recent BlackBerry news. So what's been happening right now? The stock is up almost 300% since January 1st, and they have a market cap of around that $10 billion mark. We'll actually look at the stock here. So for a long time, it traded pretty flat. In the last few months, it's been on an absolute tear, just flying up. On October 16th, they formed a partnership with Zoom to make video calls more secure. They also signed a deal with Amazon I think it was in December, to work on connected cloud software for cars. They also sold 90 patents to Chinese telecommunication company Huawei. They probably have lots of patents. I know they're one of the largest patent holders in Canada. And a lot of those patents have to do with their mobile phone segment back when they were still a phone maker. And also in mid-January, the tech company favorably settled a patent dispute with Facebook. So that was in their favor as well. And there's also talk that Reddit user groups have been targeting certain stocks within, the Reddit Wall Street Bets community is targeting certain stocks, and they might have actually recently be part of the reason for the recent surge around this stock. Is this kind of ability of the internet to take groups of people in a very organized fashion can influence a company stock, the marketplace. Would I buy BlackBerry stock this week? So the question that some of you have been asking me. Well, the short answer is no. I would not be buying it, and let me explain to you guys. Let me explain why. This big reason to understand why I would say no to it myself. Why I'm not buying BlackBerry. Maybe this still is good stock for you to buy, but for me, I'm going to pass. Here's why. I never buy a company I don't understand in detail. So just because the company is getting talked about right now and getting lots of hype, I don't understand it enough. I haven't researched it deeply enough to really understand it in detail. So I'm not going to be buying for that reason. If I research them further, maybe I could understand it in detail. But from the small amount of research I have done, it's difficult to understand exactly what they do and how their business functions. I even show you their website. It's very hard to even read or know where to start, or what exactly they do and how it's better than maybe a competitor would do. With so many products and services listed, it's difficult to see which ones really matter and which are just hype. Second reason why I'm not buying BlackBerry, I prefer companies that have what I call strong network effects. And by network effects, I've explained this in some of my other videos, but I'll try and briefly explain it here. By network effects, I mean companies that as the company grows, its value to customers and also to shareholders grows exponentially. So some examples of this, if you think about Facebook or Google's YouTube or Google's search or Square's Cash App or even Apple product ecosystem, as they grow, so more of your friends are on Facebook, it means you're going to stay on Facebook. If you Google YouTube, because the amount of people making YouTube content means more viewers come watch YouTube, which means there's more incentive for new people to make YouTube content. So it's this flywheel cycle that continues to dominate that segment. Same can be explained with all these different scenarios. They have very, very powerful ecosystems. If you love Apple products, all the Apple products perfectly seamlessly work together, and so it makes you want to buy more Apple products and use more of the software that you're familiar with, and on and on and on. In contrast, if you look at BlackBerry, and my understanding at least of what they're offering is a service which could be replaced by any customer. So any of their customers they might be integrating with, or trying to make their software service, digital services more secure. They could, that Zoom deal that they signed, Zoom could, if they wanted to, dump BlackBerry and integrate with somebody else who maybe is offering the same kind of third-party software that's better. Think of like a third-party app that you might add on to something else you already use. You can oftentimes think of a Google Chrome extension. You can take a Google Chrome extension, fit it into your Google Chrome browser and use that, but then somebody else comes along with a slightly better extension. You can easily take that off and put in the new Google Chrome extension. That's a very crude example, but that's kind of roughly how I'm understanding or seeing BlackBerry's business, is that they act more like that third-party service that gets attached on, rather than a core company that could grow and expand and have network effects. Next reason why I'm going to explain is why I'm not buying BlackBerries. I prefer companies that are deeply vertically integrated. So BlackBerry is a third-party company offering services to others. But I would rather, as I was kind of saying, own companies that aim to own the entire product or product line themselves, rather than simply a service to customers, as I think this is the more protected business, partly because those sort of businesses tend to more have that possibility of those strong network effects as they grow, because they can be kind of cemented into your life. Google Chrome, back to my Google Chrome example, you use Google Chrome, all your links are on Google Chrome's on all your devices, so you continue to use Google Chrome. But if it's a third-party app that just gets slotted into Google Chrome, that can easily be replaced or switched in and out. Whereas I would rather own Tesla, who is leading and creating their own full self-driving software completely, from the hardware to the software, everything about it, to the vehicles themselves. They're literally making, controlling, optimizing every portion of that to solve this problem. I would rather own that than BlackBerry, who is partnering with Amazon to create a vehicle-to-vehicle cloud software. And anytime there's sort of a partnership lines you're trying to cross, there's room for design flaws, as there's just difficulty in trying to integrate different groups that are working kind of independently together. And there's also risks that they could be discarded, as I've been mentioning. So the more ownership a company has over its entire product, from start to finish, the more vertically integrated that is what that really means, the better the result can typically be for the business and for the end customer. So those are my thoughts. And the most important thing I want to stress is, don't buy a company you don't understand. If you don't understand the company, really, you only have a couple options. Either you understand it first, which means you got to do more research and really figure out why you should actually buy this company, or move on to another opportunity, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of opportunities out there that can be purchased. So that's what I want to stress to you guys and really leave with you guys, and give you, and that's sort of my thoughts on BlackBerry. Maybe you're your hardcore BlackBerry bull and you love BlackBerry, and you could give us some detailed reasoning or arguments why in the comments. I would love to read your comments if you're there, if you have something like that. Otherwise, just let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what I could do better with my videos. Let me know new companies you'd like me to research or other things, companies you think would be good investments. Let me know in the comments and let me know why. I appreciate all your comments. I read each one of them. And if you got value out of this, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Helps the algorithm. And see you in my next video.